Hi group. I was just having a conversation with one of my individual coaching clients about some experiences she had with somebody. Um, in her case, it was no showing on their intake. And we had a conversation about like, what might that mean about like how they approach intakes and how they approach like, you know, saving like scheduling and onboarding and all that stuff, right? And so, what came to mind for me that I wanted to share with you guys is this idea that one experience or one thing shouldn't dictate all of your policies or a big policy change, right? We can, especially when we're kind of venturing into something new, a new structure, a new fee, a new venture. We want to take the totality of our experiences to inform our policies. So if you have one bad experience or one negative experience, sometimes that can cause a bit of a reaction where we might make big changes to our policies or something that could actually harm or hurt or detract from our business in some way, and may not even be necessarily super congruent with how we want to run the business. Versus saying, okay, I'm going to pay attention to this. I'm going to note this. I'm going to keep track of this in my tracker. I'm going to know what happened, and then I'm going to keep track of this over time. And that way we can determine that if no showing on an intake is something that happens rarely in your practice, then it may not be something worth changing your policies for. If no showing on your intake is something that's happening frequently, then it's worth saying, okay, there's a problem that needs to be fixed here. And maybe I can look at policies, I can look at approach, I can look at how I'm onboarding, I can look at my consultation process, what's happening in this system that may be contributing to a higher no-show rate on intakes. So don't let one single thing, one single event or one single experience completely change your systems. Let the information of the sort of like patterns and like the frequency of different things inform your policies, right? How it makes you feel, how it impacts your business, how it might impact your flow, how it might impact getting or onboarding clients. So I think these things are worth thinking about, they're worth evaluating, they're worth keeping track of for sure. So you can use that data to make informed decisions based on your data, like database decisions for your business, for your policies. So that's my reflection for today. Great to come back in and pop up live. Family's just getting over this cold, as you can probably hear it in my voice. So I'm excited to come back in and go live more often and share this stuff with you. Bye.